This session is about navigating and making the best use of your dashboard on Webducate. The dashboard's the first page you'll be taken to when you log in, and the content of the dashboard largely depends on the permissions you've been given on the system. So if you're an administrator for a training organisation, the information that's presented on the dashboard is going to be more complex and more involved than if you were simply identified as a trainer for a training organisation. There are a couple of things that are similar. So along the top of the dashboard you'll see the My Webducate, which is where you'll go first of all. The Messages tab takes you to the internal messaging or communication system on Webducate. The My Account tab takes you to your own individual profile, and the Logout tab will obviously log you out. So we'll just go back to the My Dashboards tab. I'm actually logged in at the moment as a training organisation administrator, as well as a trainer and assessor within that training organisation. So each of the boxes here are functions of things that I have permission to do with my user type. And I'll just scroll down a little bit so that we can see those. So if we just start right from the very beginning, one of the things that I can do is to drag and drop the boxes, and obviously I'm going to move the boxes higher if I regularly use those, and leave them down below or even remove them from my dashboard if I don't use them very often. So the My Organisations box is the one, and you can see I have two identities in here that I can click through. And I'll show you that one in a moment. The rest of the dashboard though is shortcuts. So because I'm an administrator on the system and I have permissions to create and edit courses, I get the courses box. And the first 5 are courses that I've been working on most recently, or students have been working on in the most recent past. I can create a course here, and I can click more to get a full list of courses over and above that initial 5. If I click on any of the links, they'll take me naturally to the place where you would think. So if I click on the Provide Responsible Service of Alcohol link, it's actually going to take me to the course itself to have a look at. If I don't use that very often, I might click the cross and close that down. The next box that I can have a look at here is the My Enrolments box, and I'll just drag that around so that we can see that. And again, if the link says Certificate 3 in Business Administration, for example, that will take me to the course itself. If I click on the number that is under the enrolments column, that will take me to a list of those 3 enrolments as an example that I have in that course, and I'll be able to drill further down into those enrolments. And of course I can click more. Again, the system is only showing me the most recently used 5 courses and the enrolments in there. And I'm going to close down that box as well. The next box that I have that we're going to have a look at is the Units box. Let's drag that up or across. No, it doesn't want me to do that. But the Units box is the box that I will use if I'm a silver or gold member on Webducate. It allows me to create units myself that can go into the Webducate library. Now, if you're only a bronze user, even though you will have this box, I would suggest that you close it down for yourself and for any of the other users in your training organisation, because the minute you actually create a unit in Webducate, you are deemed to be a silver or a gold user, so you'll get an invoice for that. So if you only ever intended to be a bronze user, then don't use this box at all, and we'll close that one down as well. What I'm seeing here is what's called a marking in tray. Because the system is recognising that I'm a trainer and assessor, this is where I'll find student work. So if they were to complete assessment and submit it to me for marking, it will be put into this box for me to actually link into and mark. And I'll close that one down. The next box is, from time to time you may come across something like a link that's broken in the content, or a typing mistake, or something similar that you want to report to have fixed. If you have reported one of those things as you're going through one of the courses or viewing a course, it will drop into this box as an issue, and it will tell you the status of that particular issue, whether it's pending Webducate IT fixing it, or whether it's already been fixed. So in here I've now got a fairly blank box, and one of the things that I can do is to add all of those things back into the system or onto my dashboard page just by using the Manage Homepage Content. These boxes are a little bit like shortcuts, because the other way that you can go in and look for information is to click on the link for your organisation, and you'll be taken to a series of tabs along there as well, so students, staff, courses, units and so forth, and also the ability to see unit sales and unit purchases, which I can see because I'm a training organisation administrator. So we'll just click back to the dashboard. And what I'm going to do very quickly is to arrange the dashboard so you can see what a student sees very quickly, and it is my assessments and my enrolments is all a student will see. So a student's dashboard is really quite simple in that they are able to view or do their course by clicking on the link to their course. It will show them a very quick snapshot of where they're up to, a link to their trainer, and it'll show the status. The My Assessments box will show all of the assessments and where they have been, so that you can see the first one I did here was not competent. I was then granted reassessment and deemed competent, and the dates that my assessments were marked, and I can go back and view those if I want, including all of the trainer feedback. So essentially that's the dashboard. You can move boxes around as you've seen, and you can close them down either in the interim, reopen them when you need them, and manage your dashboard so that you can navigate it very easily. Thanks for listening. Have fun.